So the policy that I want to enact has to do with all of the data that Google is collecting on you, me, and everybody else. And by Google, I mean every company in existence right now, because basically every one of them is trying their hardest to collect this data, just as much of it as they can, including buying it from other companies that already have it. So, for example, my grocery store has this data on me because I signed up for their card, whatever, that gives me discounts on certain items. And, my credit card has this data. So it's not just Google, it's everybody. And so this data that everybody has is the main focus of the policy I want to enact. Originally, I wanted to make it illegal to collect and hold all of this data, but that's not going to work for several reasons. First of all, there are legitimate reasons for these places to have this data. So I mentioned my grocery store has some of this data on me, and one example of this data they have is my phone number, and they have that so they can verify that I have their card. I don't have a physical card; I just enter in my phone number whenever I'm checking out, and that's how they know that I'm a card carrying whatever. And they have my email address so that I can log into their website to find coupons and check the last time my card was used and so on. And this is all perfectly legitimate data for them to have and to keep. The second reason this won't work is every cool thing involving artificial intelligence was made possible using this data. And they're not like looking at your data specifically. It's being used in what's called aggregate. So for example, nobody is using my voice specifically to train a network to recognize voice commands, but there could be a sample of my voice among tens of thousands of clips of other people's voices used to train this network. And I'm okay with that. The third and the main reason that it would be impossible to make all this data illegal is that I don't know this for sure, but I feel comfortable in saying that the biggest company that's buying all of your personal data is the government. Because they are looking for they're trying to prevent terrorist attacks and things like that. And so this policy would get repealed so fast they would call it the 1 hour policy. This policy just would not work if I made it illegal to have this data. So if I can't make having this data illegal, then instead what I'd like to do is I'd like to make it illegal to use a person's data as a factor in determining what content to show that person. And so let's talk about the different ramifications of this. So first of all, targeted advertisements. Now illegal. That's one... I was going to say that's one of the biggest things I want to stop. That's actually sort of the second biggest thing I want to stop. I'll get to the biggest thing I want to stop at the end. I don't like ads, no one really does, but targeted ads are basically predatory. Let's say that Google gets the data that I like to eat at Taco Bell. There's a Taco Bell nearby, it's reasonable I might eat there sometimes. And so Google gets this data, and they start showing me more ads for Taco Bell. And I might never click this ad, but just seeing it is enough to make me think about Taco Bell. And the more I think about Taco Bell, the more likely it is that I'm going to decide that cooking a meal is too much work. And so if I'm not cooking, I'm eating out. And guess where I'm going to eat out? Targeted ads are evil, and the world would be better off without them. Moving on from that delicious thought, it would also make it illegal to tailor search results. Like, sure, Google, maybe 9 times out of 10 when I search something, I'm looking for a Wikipedia page on the topic. But maybe, just maybe, I'm okay with Wikipedia being the second or the third link. I don't need it to be at the top. But a lot of the time when I'm searching for something, I already know where to find it. I already know what I'm looking for, but it's a lot easier to find if you don't keep moving it around based on what you think I want. Even worse are YouTube's recommended videos. When I listen to a song, I want those videos along the sidebar to be songs that are similar to what I'm listening to. What I absolutely do not want is some random video that I watched a week ago to show up in that sidebar. I don't want that. Stop doing that. Okay, one last thing. This is like the biggest reason for this law, is that it would absolutely break the echo chamber effect on Facebook. Facebook is absolutely right now using its data on you to decide whose posts to show you at the top of your feed. and it's trying to show you posts that it thinks will align with your political views, among other things. This is bad. This is very bad. This kind of thing is where you get flat earthers and anti-vaxxers from, because it creates this this echo chamber, where it just you just hear from the same kind of people. You don't get exposed to different ideas, and honestly, right now there is probably somebody being radicalized into becoming a terrorist. It's probably happening because of Facebook. This needs to be illegal, 100%. Anyway, I think that's enough ranting on this topic. Thanks for watching. I look forward to the next video.